Well, it's International Women's Day, and today Senator Risch introduced a resolution celebrating the extraordinary accomplishments and vital role of women business owners in the United States. And Senator Risch previously worked with the Small Business Administration to bring a women's business center to Idaho. The Idaho Women's Business Center provides resources, education, and services to entrepreneurs and female small business owners across the state of Idaho. And today we are joined by Diane Bevan, the Executive Director at the Business Center. Diane, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about what you do.
So, we're a statewide organization. As you said, you preempted Senator Risch really helped us bring the Women's Business Center back to Idaho. We have certified business advisors all over the state, and we help women start and grow healthy, successful businesses.
What kind of businesses are we talking about when you talk about starting these businesses?
We primarily work with women in rural, and of course in our rural communities, a lot of husband and wife teams, but the client we really want to help are those that really don't know what resources are out there. So we want to kind of bridge that gap and kind of bring them the knowledge of what they don't know, that they don't know.
And speaking of, what are some of those resources for folks who might be watching right now?
Yeah, so we really focus a lot on education. So we want to make sure that they know all the pillars of business, marketing, legal, financial, but they don't have to be an expert in all those things. So we really just want to give them that basic knowledge of all things so they know what they want to learn to do and what maybe they need to find an expert for.
I imagine some folks might be watching right now and maybe they're a woman and they, have a great idea and would like to start a business. How do they start? What should they do?
The best thing to do is just to reach out to our team through our website or just call one of our local offices, because we start that intake process. Like, what is your idea? What problem do you want to solve? Who would be your client? And we walk them through that thought process so that they will get started with a great foundation.
I know you guys do an annual luncheon as well every year. Talk a little bit about that.
We do. It is our annual event, and it is the largest gathering of small business owners from diverse communities across the state every year that we do. And it's the only event that we gather with elected officials, stakeholders, and small business owners.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
Folks might be watching right now. Is there anything else you'd like them to know about maybe they want to start a business or maybe they'd like to learn more about the Business Center?
Yeah, thank you. I believe there's some innovation inside all of us. So I think that I would encourage any of the listeners to follow their passions and just be a little bit curious about, is that a business? And just to reach out to our team and start on that process.
And real quick, Diane, you were telling me, off camera that you brought this back to Idaho. What made you want to bring it back here?
I did. For several years, Idaho was one of 3 states that didn't have a women's business center, and it's a great program under the Small Business Administration. And having been a small business owner myself in rural Idaho, I knew the disparities, I knew the barriers, and so now I get to serve that woman that I used to be.
Wow, very inspirational. All right, Diane with the Idaho Women's Business Center, thank you so much for joining us here on the News at 4.
Thank you.
And we asked who the most influential women in your life are, and here's some of the photos you sent us. Viewer Lisa says, "Happy Women's Day to my stepmom, mom, and my sisters. Love them all." And we want to see your photos. Keep them coming. You can go ahead and text them to us at 208-321-5614, and you might just see them right here on the News at 4. We'll be right back.